Evening and welcome to episode number 23 of the All Things Sports Podcast. Audio listeners, please skip to 5 minutes into the show to skip our live stream intro. The plan for today is the Premier League. We're going to be recapping match week number 2. And I'm also going to be exposing Danny for a tremendously hot take that he had in regards to Nottingham Forest. Be sure to stick around right here on the All Things Sports Podcast Network. Cue my intro music here. What do I do? Do I not have retribution in here? Also, briefly, we need to mention that this episode is being pre-recorded due to scheduling issues at the time that we were supposed to go live. So we do apologize for all of the different time changes that have occurred. Once again, this episode is being pre-recorded for our video watchers, our audio listeners. This has no change. This has no effect on you guys. So, yes, we will see you back here in just under 3 minutes.
We can make an impact, grab it, then take it.
Yeah, I figured we started this early. Anyway, hello and welcome to episode number 23 of the All Things Sports Podcast. My name is Zach Bischoff, and I'm joined by
Danny Shanholzer.
All right, today we have. Let's actually start with the exposure of Mr. Daniel over there. So he said on the last show, and I do not have a direct quote of this, but he said Nottingham Forest would lose to West Ham United. Well. He was wrong. Nottingham Forest, in fact, defeated West Ham United by a score of, I believe, 1-0. And as you can see, I want to show you I will not show you my notes, but I bet you I've taken more notes than Danny has. Danny, show the people your notes right now.
Yes, Zach is correct in that. Zach, here's my philosophy. I need to
Exposed.
work on this. I just kind of go and I watch the games, and whatever my head cooks up, that's what I put onto the airwaves. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But Zach is more prepared than I am, as usual, and it's great to be back with you, Zach. I mean,
actually, let me show the people my notes. Let me go over here. Let me turn off the background for a moment. And I do not have them up. Let me find them. There you go. And also, just a quick point of reference. Due to Apple podcast restrictions, it doesn't appear like that I am able to change the podcast logo to the one you see behind me. So I will play with that over the next couple of days to see if I can get that. Because Apple podcast restrictions on podcast artwork is, quite frankly, ridiculous. So the look of the YouTube channel and everything will change. I will try and get the Apple podcast logo changed, but for our audio listeners, please look on our latest video here to see our new logo. But anyway, as I remove my filter, I would like to show you the amount of notes that I have taken. And please, this may not focus, but oh, there we go. This should show you what I usually do not take notes during games like that. That I decided because I have anything else to do. Why not? And I just bought this laptop that apparently has fingerprints all over it. But as I will now put the logo back on. There we go. So yes, that shows. I will now read from my notes. So Nottingham Forest obviously was the better team. Well, I say obviously as if you wanted it, but Nottingham Forest, in my opinion, was the better team to start. And there was a lot of mistakes by West Ham. Now, I do agree that there were a lot of Nottingham Forest needed to capitalize. It could have been a lot more than 1-0, but there was a lot of turnovers, a lot of fouls, a lot of just general bad play from West Ham, and I think Nottingham Forest deserved to win in that game. Forest was playing strong, very stifling defense early, and their defense in the 16-yard box or whatever it is was very suffocating to West Ham. And Forest, even later in the game, was producing a lot of chances. And Forest, as I said, deserved to win. It was a very strong showing by a team new to the Premier League for this season. And now, first, Danny, your thoughts as I prepare my second page of notes for Tottenham and Chelsea.
Yes, sir. Zach. Come on, buddy.
Yes. No, come on.
I will admit I was mistaken. Nottingham Forest did prove me wrong. They got the result. Go ahead, Zach.
As I predicted they would.
Yes. No, Zach, 100%. Zach got the better of me there. But Nottingham Forest did not deserve to win.
Why?
West Ham had 2 balls hit the crossbar.
Yes.
And
wait a minute. They didn't go in, and I think they had a Nottingham had a goal disallowed by offside.
I did see that, which is fair. But Zach, it seemed like a fairy tale, honestly, because West Ham outplayed Nottingham Forest, Zach.
I don't see that. I didn't see that.
Tell me why, Zach. Because the ref looked at his watch twice.
Yeah.
They were inches away from scoring 2 goals, Zach.
Yeah, and here's the thing. They said that watch is supposed to vibrate when it goes in the net. Did it? No,
it did not.
It
did not.
So that does not matter.
Mm-hmm.
But and please note, this is all in good fun. I have no hard feelings toward Danny or anybody, but I do like to bust his chops a little bit for his very, very extraordinarily spicy take.
No, that's well deserved. That is well deserved, Zach, and I commend you for doing that, because if you had predicted what I predicted, I would not let you have the end of it. But Zach, that's not all, bud. That is not all.
Yes, sir.
West Ham missed a penalty. Great save by the keeper.
Yes.
But you cannot tell me that Nottingham outplayed West Ham when they had 3. It should have been 3-1. That's what it should have been.
Anyway, all right, and we will now move on to when I also did not.
You can respond to that if you want to, Zach, or if I just left you at a loss for words.
Yes, you have. We will now proceed on to the.
Oh.
Are you done?
Yes, I'm done.
Okay, we can now proceed. All right. As we now proceed right here on the All Things Sports podcast network, we will now talk about Tottenham Hotspur versus Chelsea. And I did not take as many notes on this one, but was end-to-end action early in the match. Chelsea has been the better team so far, and then at the end, my last bullet point is it was 1-0 in favor of Chelsea to end the first half. I did not catch the second half of that game, nor did I catch Liverpool's draw against who is it?
Crystal Palace.
That's the whole reason I delayed this podcast the first time, was so I could watch the replay, but that never happened. So, as we all know, Liverpool, well, actually, we're getting ahead of us. So, you know what? How about, Danny, your thoughts on Liverpool, and then your thoughts on Tottenham and Chelsea, please.
Okay. So should I do my Liverpool thoughts first, or my...
Yeah.
Okay, and then we can talk, because there's a lot to dive into in Tottenham game. So, audio listeners, stay tuned. You like that promo right there, Zach?
On the All Things Sports Podcast Network? Yes.
Yes, sir.
I want to incorporate that into our future reads, but please proceed.
I like that. Liverpool, man. What are we up to? What are we up to here? Because 2 draws to 2 subpar teams. That's not great, Jack.
Nope.
I mean,
nope.
I know you're part of the Liverpool Come On You Reds brigade.
Yes, sir.
But we kind of got it get it together here for Liverpool, right? Because playing Fulham, all right. I mean, it's the first game. We can't overreact. But then I would argue Crystal Palace outplayed Liverpool. I mean, they were ahead for the first 68 minutes of the match, I believe, before it was a great shot by Diaz, I want to say. But also, Zach, I don't know if you caught this, but
I didn't catch any of the game.
What you say?
I didn't catch any of the game.
Oh, okay. No, but what I found very it's just very I don't want to say interesting, because obviously every game is interesting, but
yes.
it was striking to see that Nunez, the player that is kind of replacing Mane this season. Sadio Mane is in Bayern now. He got a red card, Zach.
Really?
So that's not great.
No. I need you to talk a little bit more as I.
Sorry, I didn't mean to. I was. And then I just thought Crystal Palace did a great job, because that's what you want if you're Crystal Palace. I mean, they played in tight for that whole game. But if I'm Liverpool, I'm not pressing the panic button, because Liverpool
I would be
Had,
personally.
okay. Maybe I
At
need
this
to press.
point, like, listen, you can't draw like two support teams. I mean, maybe it's not the panic button yet, but maybe you start thinking about hitting that panic button. I
I
don't.
mean, I
It'll be
see where
interesting.
you're coming from.
It'll be interesting to see what Jurgen Klopp is going to do here.
Right, because it seemed to me like they just don't have like when I watched the Man City highlights when they played Bournemouth. They had like they playing a subpar team like you said, Zach, in Bournemouth, but they had intensity. When I looked at that Liverpool team, I didn't see that hunger, that they usually have. I didn't see that okay, we know we're gonna outplay you. We're just gonna outplay you because we're Liverpool and we have a ton of great players. We spent a ton on players, I didn't see that confidence that I'd seen back a couple years ago when they set that Premier League record for most points. I didn't see that at least in these first two games, Zach.
Yeah, it's certainly surprising to me as who watched the majority of Liverpool's games last year and watching them lose in the Champions League final to a tremendous Real Madrid team. It's kind of concerning, given usually this team started. Oh, what was it? They were undefeated, I think, for a while. So it kind of is concerning to see that. Yes, I get it's only 2 weeks into the season, but given what Liverpool was last year and the season before, it is cause for concern.
And they they haven't even lost that many pieces. You know what I mean?
No,
they've stayed the same pretty much.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we will now proceed, and this will be it for today. This show will be probably be shorter than usual. We apologize for that, but all right. So to kick off match week number 3, we have Spurs. We have Tottenham and Wolves, Crystal Palace and Aston Villa, Everton and Nottingham Forest. Let's go Forest. Fulham and Brentford, Leicester and Southampton, Portsmouth and Arsenal, and then there's all the games for on August 20th. On the 21st, we have Leeds and Chelsea, to be followed by West Ham and Brighton, and Newcastle, Man City, and then we have this should be a good one. We have on the 22nd, we have Man United and Liverpool. Danny, your thoughts on Man United and Liverpool, and please try and go on for a little bit here.
Yeah, man. Before we talk about Man United, their next match, we need. And I'm sorry I should have addressed this in the pre-show planning, Zach, because I just kind of blanked on this. We need to address their terrible performance against Brentford. 4-0 to Brentford, Zach.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a stat on Twitter. Man U has players that are making more than Brentford's entire roster. And that, I don't even know where to begin. Because, if any of you guys watched the game, De Gea was absolutely terrible for Man United. Because what Brentford was doing, and I saw, it was cool to see, kind of a tactical breakdown. What Brentford was doing, and this is why Brighton did this to them last week. They were pressing them high so that they couldn't they didn't have space to come on the ball and pick out find the pockets of space that were available, because Brentford was kind of really on them, how you want to man mark. That's exactly what they were doing. But Zach, 4-0. That is just inexcusable.
You can't lose 4-0 to Brentford.
No.
All right. Oh, nope. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, and just I obviously Man United was really, really bad, and I don't know how the first year manager. I don't know how you come back from that. I don't know what your plan is after that. But on the flip side, though, talk about how you execute a game plan. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That is exactly what Brentford did. You know what I mean? They scored 4 goals in the first half. I mean,
Yeah.
they were just. I mean, they were like that fourth goal was they had a super sick ball by the center back all the way up to the forward. Forward just like it was like they were imposing their will on Man United. Like it was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So I give credit to them, man.
Good. All right, that is actually not it for tonight's show. We have Dan. You do not know about this yet, but I have been working on something very, very special.
Oh, here we go.
And hang on. Let me find the proper music. Where is the music? There it is. I hope you can still hear me. No. Let me start that over. Nope. All right, we're gonna do generic. Yeah. Of everybody at All Things Sports, we proudly present.
Let's go.
That is correct. The All Things Fantasy Podcast. Danny and I have been working on this for about 48 hours without your knowledge because I was waited until this moment to tell you. But anyway, the All Things Fantasy Podcast, we planned, that's not correct. There we go. The All Things Fantasy Podcast will only be available on Apple Podcasts due to restrictions from our hosting platform that we use for All Things Sports, but All Things Sports will not be going anywhere. We will, in fact, keep this and the All Things Fantasy Podcast the same. So All Things Fantasy will be hosted by myself and Danny over there. And we will be talking about fantasy football with football season approaching. We will be talking about the top-ranked fantasy players and hopefully give you some advice to lead your team to glory. We're in the very early stages of planning this, and we will look for that in hopefully the next couple of weeks. I actually thought of this idea as I was falling asleep the other night. So that just shows you the crazy things we think about as I'm going to bed. So please look forward to that. And Danny, I will talk with you more about this in conference. But
in conference, yes.
I look forward to seeing you all again very, very soon. And until then, bye for now.